Mike and Frankel, CageMinds.com. We're at the JacksonWink Academy. We got Slade Ring with us. Jackson MMA Series 16 up at Buffalo Thunder, October 17th. Going to be taking on Joey Trevino. Slade, thank you for the time. How you feeling?
Feeling real good, yeah.
Return to the cage. Been 13 months since the last time we got to see you. So what's it been like for you being sidelined and having fights fall through?
It's been pretty frustrating because I had like 4 or 5 fights. They fell through, like the fighters would pull out or the event would fall through.
So with those kind of things happening, how hard is it to stay positive, stay focused?
I just keep training and trying to get better and improve myself.
Joey Trevino coming up in a couple weeks. How excited are you to be returning to the cage?
I'm really excited because this guy shows up to his fights and I know he'll be there. So
Trevino, a tough, scrappy, veteran amateur fighter. So what are your thoughts on fighting someone with so much experience that he brings to the cage?
I think it'll be a great experience for me fighting a Ami vet like Trevino, and I'll just be able to go in there and showcase my skills.
And from what you know about Joey, what's the best attribute he's bringing into the cage that you have to be aware of?
Well, one, he's a veteran, and he had like a lot of fights, and also I heard he's a pretty good wrestler.
We know about that, and then we know about your submission game. Gave you submission of the year for the amateurs last year, fight of the year in the amateurs, you and Marquis Smith. So how do you build on the momentum that you've had from those victories last year as you've had the problems getting fights this year?
Just keep training and getting better, and hopefully with this fight I'll be able to showcase more skill.
And now also we're here at JacksonWink. We know you've been here for a few months, but you moved over from the trails. So what's this transition in gyms been like for you?
I think the main difference here at Jackson's is just more people. I'll be able to work with more people, and yeah, that's the main difference.
Those guys you've been able to work with, who's been the biggest influence on helping round out your game?
I had some pretty good people in here, like Jesse Tafoya, Joby Sanchez, and yeah, quite a few other people, and the coaches were real good too.
And out of rounding out your game, what's been that area that you felt you really have improved in and that you came here that you needed to work on?
I think mostly my wrestling. I've been going to the morning classes with Lenny Bato, and of course my striking with Coach Wing.
And then, how many years in all have you been with your martial arts training?
Well, I've been training Taekwondo since I was a little kid, and I was like 10 when I first started. And then a few years later, I started training jiu-jitsu with my brother at my house. So, a pretty long time.
So how did that Taekwondo background play into your MMA training?
I feel it really helps part of my striking, and it just helps me think a little bit more out of the box.
So with that creativeness, how much you like throwing your kicks? Because we know Taekwondo, very kicking art form.
Yeah, when I'm training, especially when I'm going real hard and starting to get more into the training groove, I guess, I'd really be throwing a lot more kicks and fancy, flashy kicks.
So with the fight coming up with Joey, it's been a while since you fought. Obviously want to get some time in. So has that been something you thought of, that you'd rather have a longer fight than if a quick one because you get that time to learn?
Well, I'll just go in there and see how it goes. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I get the win.
And right now, is that the plan for the amateurs? There's not much, you can't really study your opponent, so is that it's a feeling out process is what you feel?
Yes, exactly.
And then we've talked about the cage. What do you got going on outside the cage?
Well, in the spring, I'm going to be going to UNM, and I'm going to start focusing a little bit more on school. Might take away a little bit of time from my training.
So is that something you've already been planning out, getting ready, looking to continue your education?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there in the spring, like I said, and then I'll just focus on getting a degree and pursuing a career.
So is that something good to, I know I've seen you in here a lot, frequently training, so is that good to also have something to not just totally always be focused on fighting?
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty good to take my mind off it sometimes when I'm feeling stressed out about it.
Well, coming up, a couple weeks away, who do you need to thank, who do you need to shout out to?
Well, I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my coaches, teammates. I also like to thank my brother and sister for helping me. And yeah, that's it.
We'll see everybody up at the Jackson's MMA series at Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino, October 17th. Thank you for the time, Slade.